no matter how long it takes for you to, hit the market or get that kind of revenue or even the break even, you have to really be consistent. So I would firstly start saying that the soft skills in our country is quite dominated, right? Quite a lot. And because of which there is a point in our life where we actually realize that we are falling back with those social or, those soft skills, because of which the growth is stagnant, right? And I personally feel that in our country, we definitely have, on a higher percentage, everyone are good with the hard skills. Now, when I mean hard skills, it's the technical skills that we have, right? It comes to your IT, for example, the programming, right? Yes. The HR, the policies, you aware about those. But what about how you have a conversation with someone? How about your personality, the way you carry yourself, how you face people? That definitely matters a lot. And I have definitely encountered people that because of the lack of such skills, they fall back and they don't get opportunities. And even if they have those opportunities coming at their doorstep, they lose it because they're unable to understand what the person is trying to tell them or the person is trying to communicate, or because of a bad body postures or the personality, right? Or inappropriate, I would really say. And they're not aware about it. So, things started falling back. And so I am TUSHNAA NIKAM, as you already know. So I am a coach, and I'm an executive coach, a celebrity coach, and I coach models as well. So I coach them for communication skills, personality development, then it's etiquettes and everything, all the soft skills combined. Then it also comes about, your image consulting, how you dress, how you look, what are the color codes that you should be really considering and in each and every occasion. Then I'm also a coach for IELTS. So it's an English exam that you give when you're leaving the country and going abroad. So I come from Jamshedpur, and that's a small city in Jharkhand. I was born there, and I was there until my 6th grade. Then I left the city. I came to Pune. I was here until my undergrads. And I finished my undergrads in MIT, and post which I moved to UK. I finished my master's in international business management there, and I also worked with one of the leading brands in the market, which was Marks and Spencer's in their retail industry. So I was there for a few years, and while I was working, me and I had few of other friends, we were trying to come up with a startup or do a business is what we have in mind. So we started looking for a problem so that we can bring solution to the market. And that's when we came across the payment issues when it comes to the universities and the admission process, the lengthy admission process. So figuring out all these problems, then we launched something very similar to Paytm. However, unknowingly that there is Paytm already existing in the market. And when we came back to India, we were about to launch, we launched it. And then Paytm was all over the market because it got funded by Alibaba and SoftBank. So we did not find it a right business model at that point of time, looking at the market and the condition and what Paytm is already doing. So we changed the business model to a payment aggregator. And payment gateway, you can say, but we were acting like an aggregator. So that's how my entrepreneurial journey started. And so I definitely had to self-fund myself because I'm not withdrawing any salary. It's more of investment that's happening. And that's when I launched my institute, which was Sprouts Career Bridge. That was purely to self-fund myself.
Okay.
And to educate people. And then a purpose started. Initially, the purpose was something else, but then I started realizing this is a huge problem in India. People really needs a support or guidance right, in this industry, because there are the people in, there's malpractice going on.
Oh.
So I had students coming to me that, okay, I had joined this university or this institute, sorry, and I did not get any results. I don't know English yet, blah blah blah. So, and they have charged them a bomb.
Oh.
So I see that people are misleading students. Now these are the youth of our country.
Correct.
Right? They are the ones who will be going ahead. Now coming out of the college, even the colleges or university, they don't tell the students how important soft skills are in their career. So that's when I started digging in deep, learning myself, getting certifications. Now, for me, certifications are definitely not important. It's the experience that matters for me personally, right? And my journey started so the institute was doing much better than what
the other business.
Yes, it eventually started doing better. Okay. And I was also called by many colleges as a speaker. One of them was FC College in Pune. You might
yes.
So Ferguson College called me as a speaker to address their students, guide them, help them in a couple of industries. So that's how it all started. But that was more of my entrepreneurial journey, and I was more of a trainer. Then gradually, the institute, I started automating it, or I put a system there, and I have handed it over to some other people who are really taking care of it. Okay. While I focused on becoming more of a coach.
Okay.
And I kept on training myself, learning, building, looking at other aspects, understanding, exploring every single day. And then here I am as a coach, training, as I mentioned, celebrities, models, and executives to help them reach their goals.
Great. Were there any initial struggles when you started your own journey? And what were they, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, so I had lack of support from my parents, because they were raised, I will not blame them, because our ancestors or our previous generation are not raised that way, that we should be putting our step into a business. Or
get a good job. Yes,
get a good job, settle down. So my first question was, why do you want me to get a job? So the answer would be, okay, you will be stable, you will have some insurance, there'll be backup. Yes, so you'll have a backup behind you. But that doesn't really make sense. I mean, if I can build an empire, then I can have something
of my
own.
Why should settle for something small?
Yes. And I'm not a person who can really work under someone else.
Yes.
That's how it started. So that was the first thing, to win that kind of argument with my family and convince them that, okay, let me try at least. I mean, I can fail. So the payment gateway that I'm talking about, it actually failed. But I was okay with that, because I was learning. That was a learning curve for me. So being that as my first startup, I definitely worked, but my first working experience or my work experience was not India as a market. It was in
UK.
So coming here, it was an overall different experience, different kind of people, dealing with them became a little difficult. Especially Pune, I feel here, the startups cannot really cope up with the environment here as they can if they do in Mumbai and Bangalore. So when I used to meet people, or when I used to network around, I used to get that suggestion that, why are you having a startup in Pune? You have scope. It's like a little bounded here. But then yes, coming back to the point, that was my first struggle to really overcome and tell my parents that, let me fail. If you think I'll fail, that's fine, let me fail. That was one. Second one was building a team. So in the initial stage, when you are building a startup, or when you are, you're creating a baby and you're trusting it, when you are kind of building that team, you have to have that team with the same mindset. Correct. At least the core team, right? But then if you don't get that kind of people, everything will be shaken after some point of time. So that was the second struggle which I faced.
Since you handle so many roles, and the IELTS training, being a celebrity coach, I'm pretty sure that you have a pretty hectic schedule. So how do you manage? Do you ever get stressed? And if so, how do you manage your balance? How do you keep that balance within yourself to keep going?
Right. Stress is a part of it, because if there are so many things happening, as I already mentioned, I'm married, plus I have 3 pets. So, taking care of so many things at the same time becomes a little difficult. But then it's like I don't have time for stress. I have to deal with it. I need to get over it. I need to move on. So that's the only way I can do it. Now, since I am teaching people how to develop some skills that will help them to succeed, then I have to also adapt that first. So that before I tell them, I need to make sure I am calm, I am focused, I am doing what I'm supposed to do every day. So even my husband, I would say, he is also quite a determined guy. We both are. So we know what we are supposed to do, and we have like kind of no coming in between the works. So again, honestly speaking, stress doesn't have any space, but yes, stress is definitely one of the factors that can affect anyone and everyone. But then it's just how you deal with it. Do you let that affect you, or you stop it then and there, and you are like, okay, you know what, I don't have time for you, I have to do what I have to do. And you move on.
Yes. Do you have any special ways, by which you calm yourself? For example, I read that you dance as well, don't you? You sing as well, right? So are there some stress busters in your life you follow?
Well, I'm really bad at it, so I will not even count that. So I definitely dance it out, or I read, or I meditate. So these are the 3 things. But since I also have pets, I think pets are my biggest stress busters here, and they always keep me on my toes. So I'm always busy most of the time. So someone is like going crazy.
I understand. 3 pets means 3 kids. Handling 3 kids these days, along with running a business, is very difficult.
So it's like 2 canines, and it's 1 feline. So if the canines are over the feline, then it's a mess, because the cat is small. So that's how it is.
Great. What, in your opinion, are the biggest challenges of any small or medium scale business?
Challenges, I think one could be funding. Again, second would be the same challenge that I had faced, is the team. Building a team
from this, right?
That
you have full confidence.
Yes. And funding is also, and third, most important, I would say, consistency. So any businesses, when they start, right, whenever they are doing a business, people expect to have quick results, or to reach certain level in like a year or 2. And if they don't, they probably just give up, and they try to focus on something else. Now, this also includes multitasking, I would say, the 4th point. I don't see it is effective when you're multitasking. Focus on one thing at a time. But I have seen people, they are not doing it. They're focusing on multiple things. Like, I have done that mistake. I have learned it. So I'm telling you from the mistakes that I have made. So that's the problem here. Now, multitasking, I mean, okay, this particular business is not working. I'm not getting much income. Let me shift here. So I have 4 businesses. Yes. So you're giving not 100% to each and
any one of them.
You're giving 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%.
Very
true. That doesn't work like that. And you have to be consistent, no matter how long it takes for you to hit the market or get that kind of revenue or even the break even, you have to really be consistent.
Yes.
So I would like to tell you that it's never too late to work on yourself. If you think that you have some weaknesses, overcome it right today. It could be anything, right? Because weaknesses kind of pull you down, and when people know your weaknesses, then it becomes a problem. Now most of the people also don't know their weakness. It's like, okay, I don't know what weaknesses I have, so figure it out. Do an analysis, right? But it's important that you know yourself first, then you can start working on yourself. So you might have anger issues, you might have problem concentrating on certain things, you might have problem listening to people. You don't want to listen, you want to put your message up forth. So there could be a number of weaknesses. So I would highly suggest first figure out your weaknesses, your strength, your opportunities, which is called SWOT analysis. Analysis.
Yes.
And once you have done that, work accordingly, and do not forget, soft skills are certain skills. Now there are a number of soft skills again, but these skills are something that will actually help you to grow, communicate, show yourself better, and as well as be more presentable. Yes. That matters. Before even you speak, people look at you from a distance.
Correct.
And they are like, okay, you know what? Okay, they kind of judge you by your looks, the way you walk, the actions that you're doing.
It definitely plays some part.
Absolutely it does. Yes.
Thank you so much, TUSHNAA ji, for joining us today and for sharing such beautiful thoughts with us, from your own journey, from your own experience. And I'm pretty sure that it is going to help a lot of people who are going to listen to you. So thank you so much once again for sparing your time and talking to us. Thank you.
Same to you. Thank you so much for having me here. Yeah.